So I'm at the cemetery. I'm visiting my second oldest brother. He passed away back in 2015. Um, he had multiple strokes. Um, and a year after he passed away, that's when I started having panic attacks. Coming here, it was easier for me to come here back in 2015, and a few years later, was a little bit harder. I mean, it wasn't easy, but it was easier. I do have a PTSD from a couple of things actually. One is my brother's passing from multiple strokes. The reason why I have PTSD from that is because when he passed away, having surgery from his stroke, I blame myself because I used to work graveyard shift. The company I've been at for like 7 to 8 years or so. After I get home from work, I sleep for like an hour or two. And then I would go to his place, watch over him because he couldn't get off on his own. He was depressed. He was all kind of things, and he was upset at himself for having a stroke. And every time he was depressed, I felt depressed with him. I just had to hold my emotion back towards him. And when he went to rehab, he got a little bit better. He can stand up, take a couple of steps, talk. His speech was better. Where before, when he talked, it was harder for us to understand. But me, I told my family, don't keep asking him to repeat himself, because I know we couldn't understand what he was saying because his speech was slur, and I just try to read lips so I can make it easier for him so he doesn't feel depressed where he has to keep repeating himself over and over. But one day he asked me if I can stay another class of rehab with him. I said okay, but my parents say your youngest brother, which is me, he's not getting much sleep. Because he's there with you, he go to rehab with you, he's working at night, and during the day he can't sleep because he's just worried about you all the time. Or he's just over worried. And then keep in mind, back then I didn't have anxiety at the time. And I told my parents it's okay, I just want to see my brother happier. And then when we went to rehab with him, he was a lot happier because I went with him. I have elderly parents. I didn't want my parents to go with him. My other siblings were busy. So the reason why I blame myself was because after going to the second rehab with him a couple of times, he got better, yes, but not where he wanted to be. Then he moved back in with us. Then he had a couple of strokes. He would call 911. And then went to the second rehab with him. I was so tired at work. I didn't have the strength to go. I wasn't getting much sleep. Up to 5 hours of sleep. Broken sleep, not like I wasn't sleeping 5 hours straight. Like an hour here, an hour there or so, and it was hard, each time, and then when he passed away during the surgery, I blame myself. Why? Because I said I was selfish. I didn't want to help him. And then I closed my eye. I can see him blaming me too. I'm like, oh my God, well, now he's blaming me, and he just passed away, and he's blaming me. It didn't matter if I was asleep or I was awake. I just closed my eyes or whatever. I can just vision him blaming me, and that's when my anxiety just every time someone mentions my brother's name, etc., etc., then I start blaming myself too. You know, everyone say don't blame yourself. I'm trying my best not to, but it's so difficult for me to stop blaming myself, because I kept thinking, what if I can work around my schedule, because I was at the time I was only working graveyard shift in my side of the building, my department, and I didn't have anxiety at the time, anything like that. So I'm like, okay, I just wanted to see my brother feeling less depressed. I want him to be able to go walk again, do the things he has to do again. And each time I saw him, he felt depressed. I felt depressed for him. The frustration in his face, I can feel it in my own body. It's like he passed it on to me. And sometimes I'm like, is he so upset at me that he passed on his frustration, his depression onto me, or what? And I don't know. So that's where the PTSD comes from, is me, every time I hear the word stroke, it gets the best of me. And when I went to and here's the thing, every time I mention the word stroke or something, I start yawning. It's like someone's telling me not to think about it, like trying to stop me, and I yawn to stop thinking. I don't know. It's like someone watching over me, etc., etc. I don't know what's going on. But, you know, like sometimes I just close my eyes, etc. I can just like sense someone next to me. And I hope it's him, just telling me to let go. Let go of the pain so I can set myself free. I know my other sibling, my parents say, you know, your brother is not here anymore. He's in a better place. Stop blaming yourself. He didn't really blame you. You just felt depressed because he was depressed. You know, I left work because I had a panic attack at work, and then my manager told me, you know, it's dangerous for me to be at work and stuff, and told me to just, you know, go home, take it easy, take a couple of days off if I have to. Because coming here, the cemetery is so peaceful. I mean, I know people don't like coming here because, you know, they visiting their loved ones, but and sometimes I feel like me just talking out loud here, not like out loud, but letting my feelings go. You know, it's a nice sunny day too, and well, it's nice just to spend time with my brother. Even though I can't physically hear him or see him, I just sometimes I can just feel his presence, like he's around. Before I never thought of fearing death, but now it's like, oh my god, I start fearing it. Why? Because if I pass or someone else pass, I don't want that person, like my family or my own kids, to blame themselves that I passed away. That's one of my biggest fear. So that's stuff that I say. I wish we would live longer, happier. I don't know what I'm trying to say, to be honest. There's times that in my room, I just randomly just lay down, think. Last night, I had a panic attack. This morning, around 3 or 4 a.m., had a panic attack. At work, around 10 something, I had a panic attack. And my manager said, "Wow, it's better if I go home." I told her, one reason I didn't want to go home is because I'm afraid if I go home, I don't want to start fearing leaving my house again. No, that is not something I want to do. I don't want to go home and start having fear of leaving the house like I did before. And my other PTSD, I don't want to really talk about that right now, but that one happened long time ago when I was in my early 20s. When my brother got cremated, I walked to the area where they do cremation, and I just picture the day that I was in the car with him, holding his picture, pulling up, dropping his body off, saying our prayers, right, and then just saying our final goodbye and just walk away as they lift him up and put him in the cremation. And me seeing that over again just threw me into memories, unwanted memories. I know he's in a better place, but I'm not in a better place without him. I know I had to learn to let go. And here's the other thing. The ER that I've been going to for the last 4 or 5 times, that's where he passed away at. And then he had his surgery there. The last time I went was 3 weeks ago or a month ago. I had this strange feeling, but
But I've when I heard over the intercom that clear the hallway for the EMS, EMT, ETA like 5 minutes or something, stroke patients, and then a few minutes later another stroke patient, and then other stroke patient, and that itself gave me anxiety, gave me PTSD. But anyways, I'm about to go head home.